We minus 2 to get our length, 43. We'll do 45. For the length of our trouser, we are using 45. So this is our length. So the next thing, Jennifer, help me back that brother. The next thing we'll do is to minus 2 to get our hip line. For adults, we are using 9. This is our 9.
But
to get our crotch line.
Sorry, why do we always minus
the band?
It's the band,
Okay,
the trouser
okay,
band.
okay.
Yes, it's for the band. So minus 2 to get our crotch line. I'll be using 13 and a half for her. So this is my 13 and a half, and this is my hip line. So the next line I'm getting now is her knee line. So we'll be using 18 minus 2 to get 18. This is her knee line, 18 inches. Use 18 for her. So after getting my 18, the next thing I will get is her hip measurement divided by 4. Her hip is 46. Divide by 4 will give us 11 and a half. So this 11 and a half will be starting from our crotch line up to our waist line. So I'll mark it up to our waistline. I'll mark it a straight line. So after getting my hip line, the next measurement I'll get is our waist measurement. 38 divided by 4 will give me 9 and a half. I'll mark my 9 and a half here. I'll connect it to her hip measurement. So we have connected it to her hip measurement now. So her lap is 28. 28 divided by 4 will give us 14. You go in by half inch here to enable you get a proper measurement. 14. So we'll mark our 14. This is our 14. After marking our 14, we'll get our crotch curve. So this is our crotch curve. That's our crotch curve. So the next thing we'll do now is to measure here. We'll measure our crotch. So we'll have 15. So this 15 now we'll divide it by 2. That is 7 and a half. We'll mark 7 and a half here. So from here now we'll mark this 7 and a half all the way down. So this is the line that will help us to get our knee circumference and the base circumference. That is the round of our knee and the round of our base. So I have this 7 and a half now. We'll mark it a straight line. It's your lap that will divide you. Divide your lap into 2. Use it to get this line, a straight line at the middle of your trouser. You mark it a straight line. So what you will do now, at this your knee length, you measure we'll divide your knee circumference into 2. We'll have 22. Divide by 2 will give us 11. That 11 now, you divide it by 2 again. We'll have 5 and a half. So from this line now, you mark 5 and a half. You give the right. You mark 5 and a half. You give the left. Everybody will mark this trouser from you. So after dividing, you mark it. Her base is 18. 18 divided by 2 will give us 9. 9 divided by 2 will give us 4 and a half. You give this side 4 and a half. You give this side 4 and a half. I don't mark my trouser finish. The next thing now is to connect all my shaping. I'll do this one like this. Where is our shaping? So from here now, keep your own like this one. this is our trouser for Mommy JD shape. This is how our fitted trouser will look like.
Madam, please go over it again. Like explain it go down.
Okay. So we minus 2 to get the length of our trouser 43. We do 45. We added 2 inches for the hemming. We minus 2 to get our hip line 9. We minus 2 to get our crotch line 13.5. We minus 2 to get our knee length 18. We mark it all a straight line. After getting our knee length, the next thing we do is to divide our hip measurement into 4. We divided our hip, we got 11.5, which is 46 divided by 4, 11.5. You start from your crotch line, you mark it a straight line all the way to your waistline. The reason why we are having here a straight line is because it will enable you to get your waist measurement. So after marking our hip line, we divide our waist 38 divided by 4, give us 9.5. We mark it here. After marking our waist measurement, we connected the waist measurement to our hip measurement. After connecting it, the next thing we do is to divide our lap. Our lap measurement, we mark it on top of our crotch, because here is where your lap starts. After your hip is your lap. So our lap measurement is 28 divided by 2, we will get 14. And the reason why we are dividing our lap into 2 is because it's not joined together, it's 1 1. So if you divide into 2, you give 1 to the front, you give 1 to the back. So divide into 2, we'll have 14. You mark your 14. So this your 14 that you mark now, you divide it into 2 again to get 7. So that's 7, because we already give half here before marking our 14. We make it 7.5. So this 7.5 now will help you as a guide to mark a straight line. This straight line now is for you to know the middle of your trouser. Because if you know the middle, to mark your knee measurements will be very easy for you. Likewise your base. But let's assume we don't have any line here now, and you want to mark 22 here now. You can even put your tape like this, or you put your tape like this. So this line now is a guideline for you to know where to mark both your lap, both your knee circumference and your base. So we mark the 7.5 from here all the way down. You don't mark it and stop here. You mark it a straight line. You measure whatever you have. You can even decide to measure all your material. Anyhow you want to do it, that it will be okay for you. You can decide to measure all your material. You divide into 2. You can even start the dividing from here, just for you to have a straight line. Just measure your whole material. You divide it into 2. You mark a straight line at the middle. So after getting your straight line, we will now mark our new measurement, which is 22. That 22, if we divide this into 2, we will have 11. So this 11 now, we'll divide it into 2 again. You know it's 11 that we mark here. But the reason why you are dividing it into 2 is because you want to give this side and give this side. So if you divide it into 2, we'll have 5.5. You now start here, you mark your 5.5. Start here, you mark your 5.5. Then our base will have 18. That 18, if you divide it into 2, it will give you 9. So this 9 again, you divide it into 2, it will give you 4.5. You come this side, you mark your 4.5. You come this side, you mark your 4.5. So that is how we get our fitted trouser.